What is up, guys? It is Styx here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys another amazing build for specifically Titans in Destiny 2 PvP. Now, getting right into the subclass, you've seen it before, it's Sentinel. We're going to be going with Ward of Dawn. This is great for securing those round wins in trials and competitive, and it can also be chained very well in sixes to give your allies a lot of protection, secure heavy ammo, and just chain kills, chain supers. I'm going to recommend the Towering Barricade. This provides a significant amount of cover, and it can be used to reinforce your position on a point or around a corner. Strafe Lift. I do think that there's also a decent amount of use for Shield Throw, but Shield Bash, due to the suppression effect, I think is more useful. Scatter Grenade, as it is the only grenade that can currently one-shot people with a specific set of fragments. If you have to pick another option, I would say Suppressor Grenade, as the suppress is very strong. You want to select Offensive Bulwark for your first aspect, which, while you have an Overshield or are inside Ward of Dawn, your grenade charges faster, and you have an increased melee range and damage. As well as this, melee final blows extend the duration of your Overshield. This is amazing to use, as it in general just lets you keep chaining your abilities, and it makes you overall a very strong individual, as you're gonna have that Overshield a lot. The other aspect will be Bastion. Casting your super grants Overshield to nearby allies, and casting your Barricade grants Overshield to yourself and nearby allies and empowers it, enabling it to slowly regenerate the Overshield of allies bunkering behind it and extend their Overshield duration. This is a phenomenal option, in my personal opinion. I don't think there is any other aspect that is more useful than this for PvP for Void Titan. Now, aspect-wise, I'm going to go through this a little bit quickly because the Void Fragments are not super useful, but for the stats and the benefits to them, they can be well used. I'm going to recommend Echo of Dilation. On top of giving you a +10 to your mobility and intellect, while crouched, you sneak faster and get enhanced radar. This can be useful if you're crouched around a corner and seeing exactly where your enemies are from the other side of a wall on certain maps, or it can just in general be used for the strafe speed while crouching. Next, I'm going to say Echo of Vigilance. While this does take away 10 recovery, defeating a target while your shields are depleted, which will happen fairly frequently, gives you a temporary Void Overshield. This triggers Offensive Bulwark, and this provides you with an Overshield that allows you to continue fighting. Next, Echo of Leeching. This grants you a +10 to your resilience and your melee final blows, in this case your shoulder charge, and standard melees will start health regeneration for you and nearby allies. The amount of times that this has allowed me to get amazing multi-kills cannot be understated. It's very useful for going from fight to fight, and it can help your allies out as well in certain situations. Now finally, Echo of Undermining. This subtracts a lot from your discipline, but your Void Grenades will weaken targets. This is what allows the Scatter Grenade to one-shot someone, which I think is a very useful way to use the grenade, as it allows you to secure that kill and then push in. Now for your stats, I'm going to go through relatively quickly. I recommend having as high as possible of a resilience first, then prioritizing a high recovery. In my case, I have tier 10 resilience and tier 9 recovery. And then as far as your general abilities, I would say it entirely depends. I would prioritize intellect for the sake of, in trials, being the first person to get their super can be very, very match defining. But having a really high discipline is also a really good thing to have, especially because 20 of your discipline is going away due to the Echo of Undermining. So I would personally scale it as intellect, then discipline. But if you are not going to be worrying about the super too much, you can go discipline and then intellect. Now, for the armor, I'm going to be recommending your exotic piece to be Crest of Alpha Lupi. This has Survival Well, generates an additional orb of power from supers, and it gives a healing pulse when your Barricade is activated. This can get you to full health in a matter of seconds. As soon as you cast your Barricade, it heals you a significant portion, and that combined with the Overshield makes it so you can immediately go into the fight again. This is extremely useful and lets you get the jump on a lot of different enemies. For your mods, I'm going to highly recommend on the helmet running double targeting, on the arms running 2 dexterity mods, on the chest plate running 2 unflinching mods, and then on your boots, I recommend double absolution, and if you are able, run another orb mod, and then on your class item, I would recommend distribution and double bomber. This will give you more grenade energy when you use your class ability, as well as all ability energy when using your class ability near targets. As far as your exotic weapons go, I'm going to say run whatever you want, but me personally, in trials at least, I've been having a lot of enjoyment running an Adept Igneus Hammer or an Adept Summoner, and then combining that with Witherhoard. The reason for Witherhoard is because a lot of people right now to deal with things like Bubble or Well are using conditional finality. And to be frank, it is a great solution to very, very powerful supers, but it is only a solution that works if the enemy team does not just Witherhoard inside of their bubble and then immediately melee you as soon as you walk in. It'll kill you extremely quickly. So even if they do perform that and they do manage to kill you, they will also die and likely any of their teammates as well. It makes it even more dangerous, as well as Witherhoard being in general a good option that people don't expect. Getting a direct hit is an instant kill every time, and getting a hit on the ground into a rift can completely deny the rift, same way as behind an enemy Titan barricade. I think this is a really nice special weapon to use, especially with the currently limited special ammo. It competes very well in this current meta. As far as your artifact, the only artifact mod that really matters would be Flint Striker, which will allow you to grant Radiant to yourself with rapid solar weapon precision hits and rapid solar weapon final blows, granting that Radiant. I don't know why this works in PvP, but I do recommend using something like the Summoner or like an Igneus Hammer, who are these solar weapons that can cause Flint Striker to happen, as the Radiant buff is extremely useful in PvP for the damage bonus and the decrease to your time to kill. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.